Lots of clouds today, at least there's no rain at the moment anyways. And what's going on today? With a lot of news of war and people using drones for them, there's been sanctions apparently, where places like China are being affected and they're blasting people like the US for it. This one says, China slams illegal US sanctions on firms linked to Iran's missile drone programs. As it says here, Beijing condemned illegal US sanctions Thursday, a day after Washington unveiled new measures targeting individuals and entities, including those based in China and Hong Kong, that allegedly support Iran's missile and drone programs. US authorities have unveiled new sanctions on actors in Iran, Hong Kong, China, and Venezuela, accusing them of enabling Iran's destabilizing ballistic missile and unmanned aerial vehicle programs. Asked to respond to the measures, Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning said China was always firmly opposed to illegal unilateral sanctions imposed by the US. We will firmly safeguard the legitimate rights and interests of Chinese companies and citizens, she said. The US Treasury Department said on Wednesday that it was sanctioning 11 individuals, 8 entities, and 1 vessel. And it says, I guess, quote from people in the US, Iran's reckless choice to continue its proliferation of destructive UAVs and other weapons prolongs numerous conflicts in regions around the world, said Brian Nelson, Treasury Undersecretary for Terrorism and Financial Intelligence, in a statement. It's kind of interesting in this case because there were already tensions between, let's just say, people using Chinese-made drones in the US for things like government use and all that. So was this one of those situations where they're saying, oh, this gives us a reason to ban them per se, like in various ways. Either way, it'll probably create more tensions and stuff around the world. And in terms of, I guess, drone weapons, how is this one? Apparently some activists crashed a vehicle into a drone factory. It says here, actionists crashed Leicester's Israeli military drone factory, occupying a van while drenching the place in red paint, smashed glass, and smoke. By blocking the only entrance, they have halted the export of weaponry to be used in the massacre of Gaza. I guess in that case, they didn't care about being stealthy. It makes me think again, can you truly avoid other countries with the tech nowadays in terms of parts and all that? Because it seems like everyone is in war with each other. Like here, if it's not, for example, Israel versus Palestine, it's Ukraine versus Russia, and then tensions with what, US and China. It seems like everywhere you're gonna have to be dependent with your own technology, where it's too spread out at this point for a lot of the manufacturers, in many ways. And then I read this piece of news which was kind of crazy to think about. Apparently this one dealt with someone getting pulled over because he was speeding, and unfortunately due to the situation, the guy was shot to death. Now from what I gather in this story, the guy that was speeding apparently was wrongfully put in prison for 16 years and just got out recently. So can you imagine that, for example? Getting out of prison where you were falsely accused of a crime you didn't do, and then all of a sudden here you get pulled over by a police officer as well. I can just imagine the post-traumatic, I guess, stress the guy potentially had. That's no excuse for what happened, because as it says here, Leonard Keir was pulled over in his pickup truck by a sheriff's deputy Monday morning after he was clocking going over 100 miles per hour in a 70 miles per hour zone on Interstate 95 in Camden County, Georgia. So you can see the video here too. I'm just wondering, was the police officer correct in being that aggressive at the very start? Yelling, bringing out a taser and all that? Because apparently from what I've seen in the video, the guy kind of was, I guess, annoyed at it, because again, you can imagine being wrongfully imprisoned for that long and now you experience this. And then afterwards, when he was told, I guess, to abide by the officer's command, he just raised his hand up, and then right afterwards he got shot. It didn't seem like the taser did much. He got into a struggle. It seemed like he was almost like choking the officer to potentially, I guess, death, I guess you can say. And because of that, he shot him. Like, what would you think with this video?
Get out! Put your hands back here.
I ain't doing shit.
Put your damn hands back here.
Dude, who are you?
Staff Sergeant of the Sheriff's Office.
My name is Al Wade.
I don't care. Step to the rear of this vehicle.
In the name of who?
In the name of the law of the state of Georgia. Step back here now or you're getting tased.
I'm going. Watch me now.
Put your hands on the back of that truck.
Do you see that?
Put your hands on the back of that truck.
The back of the truck.
Both hands.
Do I have a warrant? Wait. No. Excuse me.
Either put your hands behind your back or you're getting tased. I'm telling you that right now.
Why am I getting tased?
Because you are under arrest for speeding and reckless driving.
I'm not driving. Nobody was hurt. How was I speeding?
You passed me doing 100 miles an hour.
Okay, so that's a speeding ticket, right?
Sir, tickets in the state of Georgia are criminal offenses.
I don't have a ticket in Georgia.
You do now?
Why?
You passed me doing 100 miles an
criminal
hour.
offense, and what? Am I going
Hands
to jail?
behind your back. Yes, you are going to jail. Hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Either way, what an unfortunate situation in every way imaginable. I guess from my personal opinion, again, at first I don't understand why the police officer was that aggressive in the very beginning, because I can easily see, and I'm not surprised, a lot of the headlines you read right now with this story, it's black man gets shot by white cop, for example. It's like, oh no, it's gonna turn into one of these things now. But at the same time, as irritated as the guy was, I don't think he should have been that, I guess, uncooperative, because some people were even saying it's true. If the cop is doing something wrong in that case, then take it up with them later on. Like, you shouldn't be strangling and fighting the person and all that, which in that sense, I think the cop was appropriate in trying to, I guess, react in some way. Now, whether or not that's an excessive use of force, I don't know. The guy seemed pretty strong, but what would you think in this situation? Alright, see you guys later.